name is Weissberg, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Voiceitt.
My name is Jessica Eisenberg. I'm the marketing manager at Voiceitt.
And my name is Ron Frankel, and I'm the manager of Voiceitt.
And our mission in Voiceitt is to give a voice to the voiceless.
I want to be a firefighter when I grow up. My mom says it's too dangerous, but I think it's only dangerous if there's a fire. I was born 12 weeks before my expected birthday. Is 1.9 pounds heavy or light? I want to speak, but the words remain inside me. People just don't understand me. My name is Wayne. I'm 5 years old. And tomorrow, I will start speaking freely.
Speaking is a basic need in our life. Yet for millions of people around the world, speaking and being understood is not an option. Children with cerebral palsy or autism, adults after stroke, Parkinson, ALS, throat cancer, and more. And it is very hard and frustrating for them. And not only for them, but for much larger part of the society, their families, their friends, and their caregivers, and the society as a whole, because they want to be socially included. They want to be able to take part in social activities, in schools, working places, have a nice cafe, or even take a bus. And that is exactly where Voiceitt comes in. We're developing an innovative application that can run on any mobile or wearable device, giving people with speech disabilities their voice back. By using the application, the person can communicate freely with anyone and from anywhere with nothing but his own voice.
I want to introduce you to Orit. Orit is a 25-year-old woman that lives with cerebral palsy. And I want you guys to listen to some of the utterances that she will pronounce and try to understand what it is. And now I want you to see how our app translates.
Now I can. Start. Speaking freely.
Yes, so as you see, we have a working pilot. So we have a working pilot with 5 core patents that protect our core technology. And you can ask yourselves, how does it work? So it's not magic, it's technology. And there's two phases that the system has to go through. One is the calibration phase. The system actually learns the user's vocal patterns, and then after this phase, the system can recognize what it says. So one of the things that we're using in a nutshell is called adaptive framing, which means one of the problems we came across was people with speech disabilities, their words sound similar to each other. So we need to find a way to differentiate these words. So adaptive framing means dividing the words into homogenic frames of vowel consonants and vowel pauses, and this way we can differentiate better. So that's in a nutshell about the technology.
So currently there are several existing solutions on the market, and among them are communications boards, head tracking, eye tracking. However, none of these solutions use the user's actual voice. And in addition, they can be clunky and very awkward, and they stigmatize the user. Voiceitt is the only voice-based solution, and it encourages the speaker to use his voice, and ultimately this is what improves his speech capabilities. TalkNet is not just an application or gadget that we're developing. This is a life-changing solution. It changes millions of lives, it improves the quality of life, and it touches each and every one of us. Thank you very much.
Any questions?
How long is the learning curve for that?
Okay, so the first version of the application, the learning curve, it will be, okay, sorry. So the question of Ali was, how much is the learning curve of the application? So in the first version of the application, only words that were inserted manually into the application are words that we can recognize, that software can recognize. For example, the child sits with his parent and says, and then the parent types apple, or he says this, and then he types house. And this could take a few hours if you want to generate a dictionary of 100 words, okay, like 2-3 hours. But on the next version of the application, we will be able to learn automatically new words by identifying the phoneme of each type of phoneme and then say, did you mean this or did you mean that? In this way, you can get to a very large dictionary in a very short time. And if you look at the generative diseases like ALS and Parkinson, they are identified when the person still speaks clearly. Okay, so you can give the software in the stealth mode, and then the software adaptively learns the person's speech and automatically learns the person's speech as it deteriorates. And not only that, when the speaker doesn't speak clear anymore, the output will be his original speech, his original voice, before he lost his voice capabilities. Does it answer your question? Yes.
Do you sell it with that tablet, or is it just in the App Store?
So the question is, do we sell it with a tablet, or it's just on the App Store? So the question is, yes, it's just on the App Store, downloadable. Our model is $99 per month, subscription fee. You want to add something?
19, not 90.
19! Good! Okay. Yes.
First thing, bring up my name.
תודה רבה.
I always love to see people from Israel, South Nation. I was wondering how the group was formed. Who came up with the idea?
Okay, that's a good question. So you were wondering how the group was formed.
Yeah.
So it started, maybe we can show the slide. Okay? So it started with myself and Stas, who's not here. I have an entrepreneurial experience, and Stas is an expert in speech technologies. And we decided to create some kind of a solution that will enable people to communicate using the intonation. The intonation in the voice. And we started to explore what we can do with that. In the gaming, in the toys field, and then we came across Hagit, who is an occupational therapist, and he says, don't go to there. You don't understand what you can do. You can change the life of millions of people. You can help people that really need it. Not create another toy or another gadget. You can do something really, really, really substantial for so many people in the world. And it captures our heart. And we decided, okay, that's what we're going to do. And it also captured, we understood from personal experience, my experiences with my grandmother who had a stroke. And she couldn't communicate and we couldn't understand what she said. It was very frustrating for all the family and for her. And suddenly I understood, wow, what a potential of an application we can create. And when we understood that, we focused on that. Roman joined us, Jessica joined us, and that's why we're here today. Any other questions?
So I understand a lot of people who are hearing disabled or speech disabled also have a lot of other disabilities in general. What's the usability like in terms of someone who may have some of these other disabilities in terms of using your product?
Can you repeat again?
So typically people who have like a speech disability, they're more likely to have other disabilities in general, such as movement or things of that nature. How do you make it usable for someone who may have multiple disabilities beyond just speech?
I think I will let Jessica to answer that because that's her area.
Okay, so the application can be, there's a calibration phase, and you're right, there's motor skills that unfortunately do coincide with it. So we have a caregiver. Our assumption is that there's a caregiver that is able to understand everything or most what a user is saying. And that's our vision. Our vision is that the application should be smarter than this caregiver. So in the calibration phase, we have a caregiver or a close family member help them with the calibration phase and the recognition phase. From then on, if they're completely independent, they're self-sufficient, they can go out by themselves with just a tablet or an iPhone, and they don't need anyone around them.
Okay.
Not only that, if you look at the existing solutions that are for people with speech and motor disabilities, okay, they require head tracking or eye tracking, and it's very hard, it's very awkward. And our solution says, what is more natural than just speaking, just saying what you want? It's the most basic and most natural and the easiest way, specifically for people with motor disabilities as well, the speech disabilities. I think we are out of time, so I just want to mention, oops, it's cut off, too bad. So I just want to mention that we're now in a crowdfunding process. We launched our crowdfunding in Indiegogo 2 weeks ago, and we hope that you can support us. Thank you very much.
Come join New England's largest technology meetup, sponsor an event, present, or attend. Visit www.bostonnewtech.org.